Mr. Rentz wants to add the shortest possible comment in response to Mr. Fiorini's question on urgency. And then we're going to take a 5-minute break and come back.
Really?
You've just worn me down. I am uncharacteristically sensitive to. Okay, Mr. Johnston recommends 2 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Mr. Rentz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mark Rentz, Aqua. I just wanted to respond to Mr. Fiorini's question about the urgency, and especially in the context of the example that you raised, Randy. I've got written down my notes, 31% of the tethered salmon smolt have a chance of being eaten within 1 hour. I find it intriguing, now we have this new information, because this issue was brought forward by the California Department of Fish and Game to the California Fish and Game Commission, asking them to pass a regulatory package to allow the department to address through striped bass, which is the predominant predator of juvenile salmonids, increase the harvest of striped bass. The decision was made, and I sat in that meeting. A decision was made, and I think it was because it was a politically charged decision not to accept the department's recommendation. That being said, it goes to the question of urgency, given this new information, and even begs a second question: is there a role for the Delta Stewardship Council, given this information that it's getting, given other future scientific information it'll get, to act as a facilitator to perhaps bring together, like the director of the Department of Fish and Game, and asking them, in light of this information, in light of how critical this factor may be for certain species of concern in the Delta listed species, is there a strategy that can be worked on for addressing the species? That's where I think you address, the council can be very beneficial in assisting the addressing of questions like this that do have a sense of urgency. I too am not a scientist, but when I hear that approximately 1 out of 3 juvenile salmonids is being eaten within an hour, to me, that has a sense of urgency. And maybe scientifically it doesn't, but I'd be interested in hearing how the department feels about that. So I just kind of wanted to bring that attention where there might be a role for the council to facilitate that dialogue and work in an integrated manner to addressing that issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rentz. Okay, 5 minutes. We'll start at 20 minutes after 11. 5-minute recess.